The Orthodox Church claims there is no mystery, the churches of Libella were built by angels. Scientists have discovered an Ethiopian Bible containing forbidden texts missing from the scriptures. In many ways, the first book was the Bible, which remains one of the most influential books in world history, widely known as the foundation of Christianity. There's no doubt it has also shaped some modern secular beliefs. However, despite its vast reach, many acknowledge the Christian Bible is incomplete. This has fueled a historical quest for the lost parts, a search that had been fruitless until recently, when a group of scientists, while conducting their routine exploration, stumbled upon another Bible, known as the Ethiopian Bible, containing texts not present in the Western Christian Bible. What are these texts? What new insights do they bring to the world? Join us in this video as we explore the story of the rediscovered Ethiopian Bible and understand why it holds such authority. From democracy to freedom of speech, texts in the Bible have impacted the world. Even from the book of Proverbs, many wise sayings have become ingrained in human interactions, influencing our worldview. This influence extends beyond to the New Testament, shaping how humans relate to each other, which is why many believe that modern Western knowledge owes much to Christianity. Yet, despite this, there are still unresolved questions in the Bible. Some concepts, like end-of-the-world predictions, remain elusive, and certain realities seem difficult to interpret using Scripture. With some hints in the Bible itself, many have speculated about the existence of another book, the Ethiopian Bible. Recently, this Ethiopian Bible was indeed found, and in this video, we will discuss its significance. The first reason we should pay attention to this Bible is that it is the oldest book in the world. The language in which it is written, Guizi, tells a story of its own. While Latin is an ancient language, Guizi is even older, spoken centuries ago and now preserved only among scholars. This is why the newly found Ethiopian Bible remained untouched for so long. No one could decipher its meaning. It could have continued to deteriorate if not for the scientists who, believing the language could be deciphered, retrieved the book and began searching for a suitable translator. Many tried and failed, as the language was akin to a hieroglyph. However, the scientists persisted and eventually found a group of speakers who could interpret Guizi. This discovery brings us to the second reason why this Bible is important. For a long time, Bible scholars have sought the lost parts of the Bible, yet found little success. Newly discovered texts often turned out to be written long after the Bible, suggesting deliberate deception or simply ancient forgeries, which bred skepticism among scholars. The Ethiopian Bible, however, was different. When the texts were translated into English, it became apparent that they were not just any texts. For example, the Book of Enoch, long suspected to exist in some form, matched the descriptions found within, unlike other versions that seemed doctored. The Ethiopian Bible's origins further add to its significance. It situates itself not in Rome or other Western places but in Ethiopia, which had long been a religious hub where Christianity thrived. Some even believed that Jesus had been in Ethiopia, though there is no concrete evidence for this. Nonetheless, Ethiopia is considered to have preeminence in Christian history, as it received and embraced Christianity before the Western world. Unlike many Western Christian texts that have been altered or polluted, the Ethiopian Bible has remained pure, making it invaluable for research. Furthermore, this ancient book is not dull. It features artistic illustrations that could captivate anyone who enjoys great works of art, reminiscent of the Sistine Chapel. The drawings, made on goat or sheepskin with natural dyes, suggest that the writers took great care to accurately represent their knowledge, adding to the book's authenticity. The contents of the Ethiopian Bible are filled with mysteries and truths untold. It includes all that the traditional Bible contains and much more. One of the most striking elements is the Book of Enoch, which differs from the generally known version. The story of Enoch is more colorful and detailed here, covering the dark territory of the Nephilim, whose origin was previously unclear. According to this book, the Nephilim were born after fallen angels, sent to earth as punishment, decided to mate with humans, creating powerful offspring that angered God. Enoch served as a mediator, pleading with God for humanity's mercy, a plea that saved mankind from complete destruction. The Ethiopian Bible also details the relationship between humans and angels in God's hierarchy, portraying humans as cherished by God, even more so than angels. This supports the idea that Jesus had to sacrifice himself for humanity. The reach of the Ethiopian Bible extends to other Christian texts, with its influence evident in books like Jude and Revelations. It introduces other significant works, such as the Book of Baruch, associated with Jeremiah, and the Ascension of Isaiah, which adds further revelations to what is already known from the Bible. According to experts studying it, the book fuses themes from both Christian and Jewish literature. The story here is that of Isaiah's journey to the heavens and the throne of God. He might not be a mediator like Enoch, but he certainly saw firsthand what was happening in heaven and reported breathtaking pictures of heaven and some other already known but often doubted realities. The book contains two parts. One is the martyrdom of Isaiah, providing a very detailed history of Isaiah, starting from the early part of his journey as a prophet and how he began to confront King Manasseh in accordance with orders he received from God. Manasseh warned him to keep quiet, but he would not, since God had never ordered him to do so. This then led Manasseh to order that Isaiah be brought to him, and after he saw that Isaiah would never keep quiet, he ordered that he be put to the sword, which was exactly what happened. The other part, on the other hand, contains his vision of heaven. All these had been a gap in Christian knowledge, but now the truth is known. However, the Book of Enoch does more than explain the past, it has also helped explain a profound scientific reality. It is also interesting that they found the Book of Enoch among other books of the Bible when they found the Dead Sea Scrolls. On December 20, 1994, a new scientific question was birthed. No, it did not happen because of new equipment that was introduced, rather, it could be said that old equipment was doing its job better, specifically the James Webb Telescope, which has surprised the Earth with beautiful images and pictures that would not have been accessible without it. Until December 20, everything it had captured had always fit into the scientific laws and paradigms that have always been known. But on this day, something else happened. There were shocking images of many neatly packed structures in the atmosphere. This was at first most troubling, as scientists are never ones to shy away from a troublesome situation. This is why some of them collected the images and began theorizing. In the world of scientists, time is everything. The faster one can find the solution, the better. So, theories began to come out, but as they were coming, the scientific watchdogs stooped to work too, finding faults in those theories. Attempts were made to invent new explanations and theories to capture the current reality, but all to no avail. This continued until everyone agreed that no one had the answer, by which time the image had traveled outside of the scientific space. It all of a sudden began to trend on the internet. People sent it to others they knew would be interested. Some also began to look at it from non-scientific perspectives, and soon an alarm bell rang across the board that it must have been something sinister. This is because it was inexplicable. Terrible things on earth have been inexplicable too, so for some, it was better to be safe than sorry. Many blamed the scientists for allowing the image to leak without having enough information on it, but the deed had already been done. To end the panic, the Fed intervened, wanting the pictures removed entirely from the internet, stating that they had started causing widespread panic. The Fed had indeed enough reason to stop the spread, but there seemed to be another reason they wanted the thing bottled. For some speculators, it was because the Fed knew the truth about the image, in collaboration with the deep state, and they chose to keep everyone in the dark. According to these people, they could not have done that for no reason. There must be more than meets the eye. While the Fed succeeded in deleting the image from the internet, one photographer, Arlington of Error, had it saved in a very safe space, and he made it come out more, to the extent that all that had been hidden was now showing in full color. He was so sure of what he had done that he began showing it to people all around. They kept coming back after telling people they knew would love to see it. After doing this for a while, Arlington considered making it online again, and when it came back, the sight of it was surprising. The image showed tower pillars, caves, and other extravagant indescribable structures arranged in piles. Their blocks looked unreal, and their interior was inaccessible from the image. But there was something quite confusing about the image. They seemed to be built with some rhythmical tune. That is, their structure had some orientation that made one want to say this must have been the work of an intelligent being. However, that would be too fast an assumption to make, yet it looked like it anyway. Some people, who did not need a lot of facts before accepting something, took the image hook, line, and sinker, but the scientists were not moved. Who would be right, the scientists or the layman? The image eventually went back to the scientists. They saw it but were not moved, except for one, Dr. Ken Wilson. This man, though he had a rich understanding of space science and a history of dismissing something like this, felt there must be some truth in this particular one. His thought was confirmed when he noticed a particular hollow place, a kind of blurred section that no one could explain. He tried himself and found no answer, which prompted him to argue that NASA should give the image the benefit of the doubt, that is, they should recapture the place. It was not an easy task, but he succeeded in getting them to do it. After they agreed, they came together again to decide how best to undertake this. For them, the James Webb Telescope should be configured for optional settings. They should also make sure it is at its best, working on its ability to do full-time jobs and everything. This took a long time because they did not want to risk another shot in the name of confirmation, as that would be quite too much for everyone. It takes a lot of money besides ideas. What they saw again shocked them. It was a futuristic city with its own system and organizational structure. Moreover, the Earth and galaxies were moving away from the city. They were confused and had to seek an explanation elsewhere. When the Ethiopian Bible was found, this city was one of the places Enoch described. It exists in midair, rather than being a futuristic city, it is part of an extension. With the Ethiopian Bible, the truth of it is becoming more and more understood. Against all thoughts, the laymen were right. Thanks for watching this video till the end. What are your thoughts about the futuristic city found? What's most surprising for you about the revelation of the Book of Enoch?